evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 135 of Candid Conversations. Today we're featuring Ladi Miz. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am feeling wonderful. I get like a real kick out of this show because I get to meet new people and find out how they're doing and learn different things about life. So let's get started with where are you from?
Right now, I reside in Orange County, New York, which we call the 845, which is the area code, and that's in Middletown, New York.
Okay, okay. I got a real strong vibe from you. It's like the way you talk is so it's like it commands authority kind of thing. It's like there's like no one's hearing you and thinking that you're like like a little frilly like a frilly miss, you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
no, 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 no. That's definitely me.
okay, okay. So how long have you been doing this and what got you started?
So, doing this is a lot because I do a few different things.
Okay.
As an artist, I started writing music at the age of 11. I was inspired by old school rappers, the boom bap era, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. One of their songs called "The Show" was the first time I ever started writing my own rhymes, and from there, I've been writing ever since. I just I started getting into being in the studio when I was like a teenager, when I finally got the opportunity to get in and rap and stuff like that. And I've been doing it on and off for a long time. However, I was young, right? Only thing I knew was just how to write songs and enjoy the music, which is what you're supposed to do as an artist.
Hmm.
But as time went on, I started to evolve a little bit, and then I started to learn how to put myself out there. And this was
Okay.
around my early 20s. Started to learn how to put myself out there so that I could start branding myself. But then somewhere along that line, I already had a child, my daughter, and then I had my son, and this was my late 20s. And I decided to take a hiatus break, right? Took the
Hmm.
break for over 10 to 12 years of not doing any music. However, because music is the way that I express myself, from that point, even though I wasn't doing music, I was still writing. So I wrote a book. So I'm an author too. I'm a published author, and I
Okay.
started my own publishing company, by the way. So I
Okay.
wrote a book when I was not writing rhymes anymore, because that was my way, like I said, to kind of like release and let things go, because that's what I use the art for. Then I got back into music about 3.5 years ago. But
Okay.
once I got back into music, I started to expand into other things, knowing the business and behind the scenes, understanding not just being an artist, but understanding the business aspect and understanding what it means to build your brand. And from that, I started to branch off into other stuff. I have shows, I interview people on my show. I have a podcast called From the Ground Up Productions, where we interview legends, entertainers, and entrepreneurs. I have a show called Talk Therapy, where we talk and discuss different things. That's our moment to pretty much release and get things off of our chest. And then I have a show called Hood Court, where it gets ratchet. Okay? So that's what we do
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I started my own network on Roku, and I also have my own potato chip company called Boss Move Chips.
Hold
Okay?
on a second. Wait.
I
Hold
don't
the
believe it a
phone.
lot. Stop.
Hold the hold the phone, my G. Yo, in 4 minutes, my lady has said she's an author, an artist, an entrepreneur, a mother. She makes chips. She
A
has
wife.
podcasts. Wow. Wow. Okay. I have to catch up. I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up.
Well, we can get into details, but I'm just running it up for you real quick.
Keep the run up going. Okay, let tell them how you do it, girl. Go ahead.
So, like I said, I started my own potato chip company called Boss Move Chips. That it's a chip. for the people. So it is an opportunity for people to also promote themselves and get their face on the bag. And on the back of the bag, it's a summary, like right here, because I gotta see the camera's facing. This on the back of the bag is a summary about everything that I do. So if you was to get on the bag, you would put everything about what you did, whatever links, whatever it is that you wanted to advertise, and we put it out there. It is in a lot of stores in New York and also stores in New Jersey. I'm working on trying to get it in the big chain stores. I'm only starting with one flavor, which is a hot sweet barbecue. I didn't want to go crazy because I am just starting out, but I have 5 different flavors, and there's a website, bossmovechits.com. People could go over there and check it out, see what it's all about, see the different flavors, how the packaging and the colors look, in case they want to maybe be on a different brand, sour cream and onion or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so like I said, I didn't just start my own publishing company. I also have my own music publishing company. So when I put out my music, it's through my own publishing company.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman right now is the definition of how you need to be hustling.
All
She
day.
is she's covering all the bases right now. Like she's even basically hosting herself on the show. I ain't even gotta say nothing. You know what I mean? But like I gotta be careful. She might end up having 4 podcasts or something, like if I don't play my cards right. But no, I am so like I have a daughter myself. So to hear you say that you have so many things going on and you know what I mean, it gives me hope. It really does, because like our children don't get the credit they deserve oftentimes for like what they're capable of doing. So to hear that you're doing all of this stuff, it's like, okay, so all the stuff that my daughter's doing right now, because she's like into arts and she's into the crafts and she's washing the dishes right now, but like she's into like this and that. What
Mm-hmm.
I guess as a female businesswoman, like what could I do as a parent to support or to better support my child's endeavors? Like what can I do to recognize what she's doing and support it, kind of thing?
Right. So, well, first thing I want to say is I do all of this, but it's also like speaking of family business, I do have a compilation out called Family Business, which I want to advertise for people to know on all streaming platforms and also on my website, www.ladimiz.com. I spell lady with an I, so it's LADIMIZ. So now, speaking of family business,
Yeah.
everything that I do has to do with my family is behind me, my kids and my husband, because I'm married, right? So we support each other, we help each other. And the way that you can do that, first of all, is understanding what she does, right? Taking the time, one, to understand and respect what she do, and learn and ask her where does she need the help at. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows better than her where she might need help or even support. Support in somebody can mean telling people about her, like you just told me, and the people that's listening, right? Also sharing her content with other people, getting her out there and connecting her and networking with people. Because one of the things that I always tell my daughter, who's also a content creator, and she has her own business, and she does a modeling, she's a petite model, and she's a singer, right? So I always tell her, don't don't just focus on your age group, focus on everybody, because you never know who might like you and who might be a fan or a customer, or however you want to label them as, whatever you label them as, right? A supporter. So it's very important to understand the needs of that person and what they need, and the best way to make sure that they are successful is to make sure that they know what success is to them, not based off of what other people say success is, where you're now lost trying to live up to other people's standards. You got to know everything that you're doing and why you're doing it and what you're trying to get out of it, so that you have direction. So that would be
Oh,
the best.
okay. You see, you sound like the type of person that I need to touch base with on a somewhat regular basis, because like I like just hearing you talk, I feel like there's a call to action kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I have to do more. And I already run a magazine, a production studio, and um I got these podcasts going and stuff like that. But after hearing you speak and looking at what you're doing, I feel like I should be doing more. So what what drives you? Like what gets you going? What keeps you focused and motivated?
So, what drives me is the fact that I've been through things in my life where I did not have nothing, right? I've been in group homes, I've been in juvenile jail, I've been in regular jail, okay, in and out of the system. And I've been to a point in my life where I didn't have nothing and I didn't have nobody. Going through that made me, first of all, it made me value a lot, and it also helps shape my character because a lot of people are they live in this world where they feel entitled, right? Entitlement, and they don't understand that a lot of what you want has to do with the work that you put in and believing in yourself and not being afraid of failure, right? So overall, at the end of the day, my drive comes from never wanting to go back to that place in a sense. Um, and also the fact that I love what I do because I felt like a lot of my time, of my growing pain and years that I had was about surviving, right? And just trying to make sure that I got a place to stay and food to eat, right? That when other people had that and I didn't, that's all that I ever wanted. So now I'm a landlord, right? I'm into real estate. We own our own home. So that's another thing that we do. But the drive, I just love it, right? I love the fact that I'm not sitting at home on watching TV all day or not doing nothing, complaining or up in everybody's business and worried about what people are doing. I don't waste my time doing that because it's a waste of time. So I'm active. I'm doing what I love and I'm doing it with the people that I love and the people that love me back. So that is the drive alone right there.
So now let's go back to family business. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that because I really love how you segued. You took the segue and you ran with it. So let's go back to family business. Tell me more about the album. Like, uh, what's the concept? What's the message? Where can people
So
find it?
right. So family business, as I said before, it could be found on all streaming platforms under Lady Miz or in various artists because it is various artists that's on that compilation. And it is exactly what it is. Everything that I do is family business. So the compilation, the album is called Family Business. And who's on that compilation? My family, right? So you're going to hear me, you're going to hear my husband, you're going to hear my sons, you're going to hear my daughter, you're going to hear my uncle, and you're going to hear people that I'm very close with who are like family to me. So big shout out to Ray the Silent Assassin Double R, who is my husband. Big shout out to my daughter, Soraya Alexis, who's a singer and petite model and content creator. My son, Poppy Fortune, who is a rapper, okay, and a songwriter. My son, Nasir, who is a basketball player. He played basketball for school in AAU. He's doing this thing. He's in middle
Okay.
school. Then my uncle, who's also a songwriter and a poet. Then we got Cash on Abel. We have Mason. And am I forgetting anybody else? And Ian 95. Ian 95 is as my daughter's boyfriend. So yeah. So everybody on his compilation is family. Is
I just
family.
gotta
And
chill.
and what you get from that on that compilation, you get a variety of different styles of music. So you're gonna get your R&B, your hip hop, your conscious music, your inspiring music, and you're gonna get your turn up too, your boom bap. So we took a collective work of art from everybody and put it all together and it's almost like a picture with all these different paintings, right? So
Mhm.
somebody may say, well, what's going on here? But it's beautiful colors everywhere that can match anything. And that's what that album is about.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get a copy of that album so I can feature it on the Terrell Effect
Yes,
because
please do.
I do have another podcast on Saturdays called the Terrell Effect, It
Oh,
starts at 12 p.m. It's well, this show, Candid Conversations, is where we get to know the artist behind the art. The
okay.
Terrell Effect is where we get to know the artist and their art.
Okay.
So I feature songs, singles, videos, albums, what have you, and then I go through it with the artists on there. We talk about their inspirations, the concepts, the how they actualized the album, and we just kind of get an in-depth analysis of what's going on. So I'd like to invite you back to that show. Um, I think I think MJ has me booked up until like I'm pretty sure she has me booked up until like the end of June. So yeah, I gotta shout her out because she's
Yes, big
phenomenal.
shout out to MJ.
Yeah, man. She like I don't know. Like since I've started working with her, she's just been doing the thing, and like
Absolutely.
I just don't know. Like I don't know how she does it because she works with so many people.
Yes, it's organization.
Mm,
Organization.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, one of the things when I first talked to you guys about my book, this is my first book that came out, Broken Then Healed. Okay. As you can see, Lady Miz at the bottom, Broken Then Healed. I put that out through a different publishing company. And that's when through the trial and of putting this book out is where I learned everything because I did not know anything about writing a book or putting it out or nothing. That was my learning experience. So after I learned what I needed to learn, I wrote my second book under my own publishing company. And this book is called The Indie Artist Struggle. And y'all see that right there. I did the cover myself. I did everything myself because I didn't want to pay anybody. So I learned how to do all that stuff myself. And this book is for independent artists out there who might not understand or know the business or may even want to know what my struggles were and learn from them so things don't happen to them and they know how to present themselves and prepare themselves when they are putting music out. So that's what that second book is about.
Okay. Okay. Huh. So I'm like I have a company called Culture Shock, and people like you are why that company exists.
Mhm.
Because you have shocked me. And you've done it with culture. I love it. It's like I'm here, I'm like, okay, I'm going into this, and I know exactly what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna handle this situation. And then your energies and your information is just said, okay, throw that script out the window. Um, so yeah, no, I'm just here trying to figure out now what's the next step for Lady Miz.
Well, the next step is to work on our films. We are writing short films right now, and we're actually going to be shooting our first short film on May 7th. Again, this is going to be just like my first book. It will be a trial and error for us to know because I am working with different writers now. Big shout out to Tyler Mix, Mr. 845, and another kid from South Carolina. His name is Joey. We got two writers on deck, and I'm also learning how to write a script. So I do want to get into film. So for me, everything is under the brand Lady Miz, right? Lady Miz. I don't really consider myself just an artist anymore, right? So I consider myself, when we talk about music, I consider myself a song creator, right? Because I might create a song not just for me to perform it. I might create a for a movie or for a commercial or for a TV show. It doesn't necessarily have to be just me in a box, which I will never be in a box anyway. So me learning how to do all of that is my brand. That's what Lady Miz is about. It's about me as a host, me as an entrepreneur, me as a podcaster, me as a song creator, me as an author, me as like I said, when I say entrepreneur, as you know, I sell wigs. You know,
Oh my gosh, my G,
and
you're a phenom. You're phenomenal. Oh my gosh, you're an example of like You're an example of the possibilities when you dedicate yourself to your passion.
Absolutely. And the advice I want to give to people: never let somebody tell you you can't do it. I know, that there's a lot of dream killers out there, and I call myself multi passionate, right? But they all kind of go hand in hand, because it all falls into a form of entertainment, right? Because if you rap, most likely you can act. Okay. Me doing everything that I do, it all goes hand to hand. I forgot to mention, if you go to a website, peacementoring.com, that's also my other business where I teach people. I have workshop classes where I teach people how to start their own podcast. I teach people how to create their own products and put it out. I teach people how to build their credit. Okay. I'm a walking example of that. I teach people how to write and publish their first book, how to manage their finances. So many different things. If they go to that website, that's my business also. And peace stands for People Empowering and Coalition for Evolution. So that means people coming together so that they can grow. My job is, just like I'm growing, I don't mind teaching other people how to do that too. So I figured that I create classes for my listeners, my fans, or anybody else that come across me, so that they can grow into the best version of themselves. So that is pretty much what I represent. So yeah, some people might say, "Oh, you're doing a lot, you this and that," but honestly, if you really schedule your time right, it's possible. But if it becomes overwhelming, then you take some things off your plate. Right now, I'm good. I have a very strong support system, like my husband mainly, and my family and kids, and that makes my job way more easier. So yes.
I
Mm.
I just want to give you your roses. That's all. Like
Oh,
that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm impressed, I'm inspired, and I'm invigorated. You know what I mean? This episode has been a special episode for me because, like, yeah, I did not expect this. Like I I was expecting we were gonna talk about like music for a bit and then just shoot the breeze, but like you are like the Walmart of business right now. You're like a Walmart kind of thing. Like you got like you got all of
business.
this stuff happening right now. Like my girl, she said she's got the wig, she's got the book, she's got the chips, she's got the song, she's got this. Like I take it you have like access to studios and all of that stuff as well.
Oh, big shout out to my husband. We have a studio in our own house.
There you go.
My husband built me a studio when I said, "Hey, listen, I'm tired of trying to go to other people's spot to record." So he went to Lowe's, got all the lumber, all the stuff, the doors, etc. We went over to Alto Music, and I got all of the things, the Pro Tools, the computer. We just the speakers, you name it, the interface, and we built our own studio in the house. So we also rent out studio time at a very cheap, reasonable price as well.
All right, all right, all right. You have to come back another time. I gotta keep up with you. I wanna hear about when you get your big box store. I wanna know when you expand internationally. I wanna say that I interviewed you before you had stores on 4 different continents. You know what I mean? That's that's where like just your energy alone, I see that. I see that. So, you know what I mean? More power to you. I know you have your
Thank you.
podcast to do and all of that. Because you shared peace with me, I want to share the block with you. Divine achievements bring life's opportunity, carrying knowledge. So, things happen to teach those willing to learn, but I've been the one learning all episode that I can do more. That's what you've taught me today. I didn't think, I was at a point where I was wondering what I could do, and you just showed me I can do more.
Well, I'm glad that you're inspired, but I will say this: whatever you do,
Mm-hmm.
just make sure that is what you want to do, not because somebody else is doing it. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things that I really go by, and I think that is why God keep blessing me with the energy and even the everything that I get is because I don't really be too concerned too much of what other people are doing or what they have. I just do what I want to do, and I focus on that. And I think that that's the most important thing. Just focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. When I went to school, I got my degree in psychology, and I'm also a life coach, which is a part of my peace mentoring business.
My
Um,
God, woman, what are you like? Like, are you just like? What
no,
next? You're gonna tell me you can fly or some shit? Like,
no, no,
what is?
no, I know, and I'll leave that with. See, I'm not touching that. But
Uh,
they all go when I teach these classes and I teach these things. Part of these classes, and if they hire me on one-on-one, instead of a class or purchase a workshop class, I work with people, and part of my stuff is coaching, right?
okay.
So when I'm teaching people how to build their credit, right, and I'm a walking example of everything I do. I'm not just saying I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to show you, hey, I was able to get this, get it in stores and get it out there. I got my books. I can show you that. I can show you the music. I can show you the real estate. I can show you everything that I'm doing, right? But overall, at the end of the day, when I doing my life coaching, I don't just teach people, hey, let's just fix your credit real quick. I changed the mindset of how they would learn about money, how they learned about spending and saving and investing and all of that stuff. So I work on, hey, let's fix your credit real quick. My job is to change the way that you do things so that you don't need someone in the future. You kind of have it under control because it is worse to have bad credit and it costs more to have bad credit than it is to have good credit, right? Or to not have any credit at all. So yeah, that goes hand in hand with what I do.
Okay, okay. You know what? Um, we have to continue this conversation. I don't want you to be late for your thing, so I'm gonna, whew, regretfully end this podcast. But you know what? We'll pick it up another time. I will. I'll send MJ a date for you, and if that works for you, actually, yeah, if that works for you, then we'll connect again.
Okay.
It's on a Saturday at 12 p.m. So it's a different time, and like I said, we just play music and we enjoy the vibe and we shoot the breeze. So,
Okay.
and if you want to bring some of the family on, by
Oh,
all
that's
means,
great. Oh,
I'd
definitely.
love to meet them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
All
all
right.
right. So, you have yourself a wonderful day, a wonderful
Wait,
evening.
before we get out of here, let me just say, everybody
Yes,
follow me on all my social medias. Everything is Lady Miz on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. My website is Lady Miz. Twitter is Lady Miz. Everything is Lady Miz. I make it very easy and simple for people to find me. Okay. Lady is spelled with an I, so it's Ladi space Miz, Ladi Miz. And I have a website where you can go and you can subscribe there to stay in tune to everything that I have going on. You can see all my podcasts, everybody I interviewed, and everything that I'm doing. That is www.ladymiz.com. And if you want to order my chips and see what my chips taste like, because they are popping right now and everybody is loving them, you could go to that website, and that website is bossmovechips.com. Okay, bossmovechips.com. And if you want to fix your credit, want to learn how to write a book, put your own product out, want to start a podcast or any of that, you can hit me up on all of those social medias, or you can go to my other website, Peace Mentoring, PeaceMentoringLLC.com, and you can book everything right there. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
you are more than welcome. Check out LadyMiz.com and Lady Miz on all streaming platforms. Lady
Yes.
Miz on all social media. Lady spelled with an I. Go run her up, run her up, run her up. All
Bye.
right. Bless up. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
having
one.
you too.
All right.
All right, later.